Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading him out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Kaepernick now on first down. This to the outside for Mack. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward. Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. Now Kaepernick. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now a carry from Mack. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through it, dropping for an 8-yard loss.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 20 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, it's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Eluding the pressure right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the guard, Connor Williams. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they'll hustle muscle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called?
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Jarwin. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys on just 2 plays have taken the lead. A try here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a give running left with Mack. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run with Mack. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on, but instead it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Neville Gallimore
in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. On 1st and 10, Prescott.
And this one quickly to Lamb.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Prescott, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's third down. On third down, it's Prescott. Quick slant, he's got Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. To throw is Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Let's see now what Colin Kaepernick has been up to so far in this game. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets...
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
On first down, Kaepernick. Buying time to his left. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this? We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
First down, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it's the visiting Washington football team who have the lead in that one. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is Tony Pollard. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Cowboys will extend their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got his tight end, Mo Alley Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Short little throw to Ebron. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
5 yards remain on second down.
They'll toss this right side to Mack. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 21.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Mack on the counter, and he stopped immediately there. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. This goes to Mack on the check down. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Flush to his right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to speed things up here. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And finally out of bounds all the way down to about the 2. A big play here for Dallas. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. On 2nd and goal. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The point after is good, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Indy set to go on offense once more. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Flushed out right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Mike 9. I'm going to come back to you.
Kaepernick now on first down. That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From midfield, here's Kaepernick. Ebron caught left side.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now Kaepernick. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Kaepernick.
He dumps this off to Mack.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for Dallas, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to